For me, I have a problem with the corporal punishment. I actually, I can't remember any student that I have given corporal punishment in my 34 plus years of being a teacher. I believe in talking. I believe in discussions, because sometimes I feel punishing somebody without giving them a chance to speak, it could be very unfair, because they could actually be having a genuine case. It could be genuine, it could be something that is authentic. So listening, sitting, listening to the argument as the student is explaining and all that, for me, is the way to go. Even the children, I especially for those parents who jump into beating, I have put that in my book, in my Shaping the Generations. I believe in preventive measure. There are three kinds of discipline: the preventive, the supportive, and the corrective. I believe in the first two. I believe in preventive and supportive, so that I'm not jumping into correcting a mistake that may not necessarily be a mistake. Because if somebody did something and they didn't even know that they were actually making the mistake, then you beating them up and caning them and getting them to have so much pain doesn't change anything at all. If anything, it hardens.
Talk of hardening, because I think I have been through that process, and I've also friends who have seen kids who you hear even the parents say, "Huyu wangu ni kichwa ngumu." So, and now listening to you say that all it needs is just a talk, it now also gives me a retrospect of myself. What state of mind should I be as a parent for me to be able to talk to this person? Because I would imagine if I'm having my work stress, I'm having issues that I've never sorted with myself as a person. As the president the other day said, it takes courage to say what is needed, and it also takes courage for you to listen.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of an attitude as a parent should I adopt when I'm listening to my kid without that judgment of huyu ni kichwa ngumu?
Yes, actually, I tell this to parents that we use, first of all, we use the preventive. Preventive means you are talking about everything and nothing with your child. You are not waiting until they are making mistakes. Then now you want to correct. What about becoming proactive? So that is the talking that we are talking about is not even a structured talking. You are just talking about everything in life with your child. Talk about disobedience, talk about obedience, talk about what happens when you go to school, what happens when you are crossing the road, what happens when you're doing, talk about everything. That way you are preventing them from making the mistakes, and you are shaping them to be the kind of person that you would want them to be. So for me, even the talking that I'm talking about, it is where you just talk and talk and talk about everything.
Now I get it, because most of us, when we hear we need to talk, we flee.
Do you know why? It's because you are suspecting that you have made a mistake.
Yes, and it is a childhood conditioning that whenever we were called to talk, the next thing would come was caning.
Very good.
Because the only reason we are having a talk is that you have done something wrong.
Yes, thank you.
So in this, I think you're also addressing the issue of the need for us to be intentional in our parenting.
Yes, let me tell you what, parenting is an art. It's an art, it's an action. It's something that you do. It's not something that you just find yourself by default that you have done. So if you really want to do positive parenting, you have to plan. You plan for it, and you decide how you want to do it, and you do it. I don't know. I have a story of a student that I taught some times back, and this student misbehaved. I did not behave well, and so we come to the parent, and the father was there and the mother. And now I was the counselor, the school counselor. So the student is there, mother, father, and the principal. And we are talking about this issue. And we now want to report the girl to the parents. And we gave our stories, our narrative, and explained all what we thought we needed to tell the parents. And the father, of course, like any other father, was like, "Huh? What have you done?" And got very upset. The girl said, "Wait, can I say something?" And we said, "Yes, say something." And she told the father, "Dad, don't behave like that. When was the last time you sat me down and told me anything about life?"
Wow.
My friend, what happened? We ended the discussion. Told to them, the girl, "It's okay. Thank you very much for sharing." You guys, the girl step out, and they were left with the father. The father cried like a child. Of course, he started by saying, "I pay a lot of money, school, the way parents feel, I paid so much money." But the girl was simply saying, "Excuse me, you are paying school fees, but that's not what I want. I want you in my life."
We are in a generation where we think because we paid this much money for your fees, we have now put you in a house, you should be very thankful. We buy you the best clothes. You should be kneeling before me as God. Where do we draw the line that my kids don't need my money, they don't need my provision, they need me as a parent? And again, it's interesting getting this from your perspective because you had that void of parenting.
Yes.
And later in life, you are now dealing with learners who are also going through the same issues.
Yes.
Tell us what have been your lessons, and like how do we handle this thing of I'm busy to provide for you, so you should find a way to be a responsible kid, like I'm responsible paying for your fees.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. Just like you said, parenting is very intentional. It's very, very intentional. This is to say that you have to plan. Now, first and foremost, I will speak as a child, and I also speak as a parent. Now, children need you, the person. When you come with other goodies, but they need you, the person, not your goodies.
Uh-huh.
The beauty about you is when you come with the goodies.
So you're a package.
Yes, you are a package. Because we can't say that children will not need your money. They will definitely need your money. They need your money. You need to pay school fees. You need to provide for them housing. They need to eat. They need to dress. They need all this. But you see, this is not all they need. They need you first. So now, as a parent, it's balancing act. How you become a present parent, and at the same time you are able to go out and fish and bring fish home to your children becomes your challenge. But what we are saying is, as a parent, it's not about what you bring to the table. It is you first, and come with whatever you have. You would rather give them just enough. I think what's happening with today's parents is we want so much. There's really nothing wrong with having so much, but you can't have so much and at the expense of your children. You will come. By the time you come, they're not there. They have gone.
True.
So now who has lost?
True.
So you would rather have just enough, but have your children. Because we are looking for, I may sound funny, but we are looking for million to make our lives extravagant, when actually 500,000 could be enough to keep us together as a family. What am I trying to say? It's you who the children need. As you come along with your goodies. And I normally ask for two things. QQ, I ask for quality and quantity parenting. Quality and quantity parenting. Quality to mean provide for them. Quantity to mean they need you. They need you, the person. They need you, the person. Sometimes parents talk of when they come in the evening and they are busy on on their remote and they are changing from one channel to another. Their child is playing here. They think that, I was home very early. I was home at 5. But excuse me, you're home at 5, but you're not with your child. You're busy doing your thing. Your child needs quality time. Your child needs you to come down here and spend your time with them. Your child needs quantity, meaning the time that you spend with them here is not 2 minutes, it is 20 minutes.
So what you're saying is presence is not just being in the house.
Thank you.
But also being involved in what they're doing.
Yes.
Wow. So, what happens to the generation that we are always on phone? We carry our work home.
That is why phones have stolen our time in the family. You find the people round table, they're having dinner, they're having lunch, the child is on their phone, daddy is on phone, mom is on phone, the house help is on phone, and they're eating. So there's food and everyone is on phone. At the end of the day, nobody will know who has finished food. The house help will finish eating food and go to the kitchen to wash utensils. Mommy will finish eating her food, she will leave the table, come down to the seat, and she will be on phone. Daddy will be there, finish, the child will be left on the table and might even sleep with the 3 things: the phone and the food and the sleep. They were all together, but each one of them in their own world.
How do we manage the how do I put it? The addiction to gadgets.
No, we have to be intentional.
So it's just a decision. Full stop.
We have to be intentional.
No nothing.
Yes, it is just, we just have to be intentional. And we just have to be intentional. I like it when sometimes my sons come to visit and they decide we are putting away our phones so that we can listen to each other. And you put them away, they are there, you have them, but you are not holding them. Because the moment you have your phone, I will be busy on my phone, you are busy on your phone, we are together and yet not together. Each one of us in our own world. And no wonder sometimes we even chat. People, we are together, we are even friends, we are around table, we are discussing something, we are taking a project or something, and we are chatting with each other, and we are together, and others are there. The same case applies at home.